of the National Football League.
Now from just east of the Mississippi River, EA Sports welcomes you to the home of the Blues, Memphis, Tennessee. And tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup, as it'll be the Snowhawks of Vancouver taking on the Pioneers of Memphis.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Memphis team as they get ready here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
In the offense last week, they have things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Vancouver club,
we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
Well, in prep for this one, it was fun talking with the defensive staff because they had to review last week's game tapes where he threw for over 400 yards. And they started ho-humming that performance. And finally, you said, he threw for over 400. That's got to be significant. That's why he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
They better be careful what they wish for, ho-humming. He might do it again here in this one. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Look at this defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season. But, boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
From the gun on third down, Darby working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's a third down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
At the 48-yard line.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
It's now third down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
That's complete. Line again.
It'll be a gain of just a yard. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
At the 19-yard line.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 101 yards, and a score.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
I have to admit I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
The 31-yard line.
A quick throw there is incomplete. When you look at this defense, well, this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Now a handoff up the middle. Woodard. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Looking to throw, Wilkins. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there, enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
24-yard line.
60 boxes.
A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Tackled at the 27-yard line.
The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
This is fielded at the 27. Good coverage there, holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And that will come the offense as they take over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown! A big play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Snowhawks will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
7. Pioneers, nothing.
I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now increase here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Come on. Set. Check the eagle. Set. Ready.
Off the play fake. Darby. That's into the hands of the rookie from Ole Miss. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Off play action. Darby. That one out wide and intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 43, here's second down at a yard.
They'll keep it on the ground. Water. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
113 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
To the right side and intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
First down pass. Intercepted. They'll take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call. but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that second level and third, and that's what they were able to exploit.
This is Hunter. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down.
At the 40.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the second quarter. Memphis in possession of the football. Now a 2nd and 10. As they've got it as we resume action.
Cowboy 80.
Hunter. They'll get only a couple down at 44. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
From the gun on 3rd down. Darby. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
Come on, come on. 65.
Open man, that's Felton. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that will bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 36-yard line.
Cougar 19. Ready.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Shifts past him at the 45. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
1st and 10.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're...
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
Ready. Go.
Now Wilkins. Incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
He's going to go up top again. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
Off the play fake. Darby. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
It's a gain of
11 yards there, 1st down.
First down.
Let's go now.
1st and 10 at the 44.
Going play action, Wilkins.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it. And his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Come on.
Here's Hunter. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here we go.
They pitch it out to Johnson. Ooh, the juke. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Okay.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Open man, it's Hunter.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Ready?
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Wilkins. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Off play action. Darby. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Off the play fake. Darby. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
A loss of 6. Brings up 2nd and 16.
Off play action. Darby. Under pressure, they got him again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Got it. Ready?
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
18 Cardinal.
Operating from the gun, Darby. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Scott Hansen and crew, thrilled to be with you from the Orlando studios at EA Sports. And we'll keep this one short and sweet. Just 1 touchdown on the board so far, 7-0 at the half. Will the offenses pick it back up? To find out, let's rejoin our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a third down and very long.
Ready? Hot 70.
On third down, Woodard. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. And they'll send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It's second and inches.
Here we go.
38-yard line.
And they'll run it with Hunter. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 11 yards there, first down.
27-yard line.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5, about the 4. From the 4, it's second and a couple. Again on the ground with Hunter. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on third down, Darby. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Pioneers are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, it took them a little while, but they are on the board here in this third quarter, and now with a chance to tie this up.
And it gives them a chance to exhale just a little bit, right? Because most of the time, if your first points come in the second half, you're often hopelessly out of the game, but not in this case. Now they have something to build on and a chance to mount a comeback.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Vancouver offense ready for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Can't get away, and he's taken down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Wilkins. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. And now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Pass
taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards.
Vancouver, first down.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on third down.
Now Wilkins off of play action. There's a short one pulled in by Simmons.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Vancouver, first down. A gain of 12.
Throwing again is Wilkins.
This is brought in by Brown. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
At the 14-yard line.
19, touch.
Up the middle they go. Woodard. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a third down and 2.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be fourth down.
Ready? 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
They'll try and run for it. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Remember, that was fourth and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and fourth and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? Just a quarterback sneak.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Snowhawks have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
To try here for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Next to score, Snowhawks.
That time a 9-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
What's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hunter. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
He'll try and do this himself.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now in Memphis, Tennessee. as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. Now he'll tuck this and run, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
48-yard line.
They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Ready? 18 card.
They'll run on first down. Hunter. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Looking left side, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
18-yard line.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Up the middle, Johnson. And the agility got him a few extra before he's taken down right at the 10. 67 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Second and 2, first down marker at the 8.
Go.
Again, it's Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The offense on third down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Off the play fake, Darby. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's into the clear. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
It's a turnover on downs.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
You know, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
Come on, come on.
On first down, Woodard. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Only a yard that time, second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Off play action. Wilkins. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Snowhawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Now for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Snowhawks.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
I got him. On me.
Looking to throw. Darby completing it to the right side. Johnson. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
19 Charger, 19 Charger.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Ready, set.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Motion. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. He completes it to Hunter. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 32-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Well, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Off the RPO, he completes it. Now 2nd and 5. Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 18-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's Hunter. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. From the gun on 3rd down, Darby. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
Ready.
Back to throw. Darby. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Pioneers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
They'll try to run it here. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. You know, we've discussed this before, and we've seen it at practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these 2-point tries. But the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for 2 and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on two-point plays as well.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning.
Pat the 60, pat the 60.
Off the play fake. Wilkins.
That's caught left side by Simmett.
And now whistles blow here. Play is stopped, and we're going to get a timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. On third and short, going with their tight end. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So they bring out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Fielded at about the 28. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 8. 1:50 to play. They need a touchdown and, of course, the 2-point conversion as well. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. B.J. Ojulari in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
A 6-yard loss.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with a football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back